Let's see if this works out. Alright, so usually we go live on Twitch first. Let's make sure that's happening. Alright, I think we're live on Twitch. Let's check on YouTube. Are we live on YouTube? I think we might be live on YouTube. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Okie dokie. Okay, so, last couple of days, I've been tinkering with what was previously called the puzzle converter, but I'm actually gonna change this to puzzle importer. So, let's rename this to puzzle importer. And then we'll rename this. And we're gonna rename this. And then we're gonna rename this. And this. And then we're gonna change this. And we're gonna change this. And then we gotta change that. And we're probably still missing a couple of things. Converter. Convert classic Sudoku. Convert one up. Okay, let's leave those out of this for a second. Let's clean this up. Importer. Importer. Yeah, I'll change that in a minute. Importer. Importer. Okay, I think this wasn't actually used in the CSS. Let's see if we're still more or less looking all right. Okay, and now I think we can probably, let's get rid of this. This. All right. We can probably change some of the code labels as well, such as this. If I do this, and do this, import types, puzzle import types. Place. Place. Cool. Do I have to save them? Yes. Save. See if things are still operational. They are. All right. Cool. Okay, let's just let me just introduce. Oh no, why does it still? Oh no, it's supposed to say importer. So basically, what I'm doing here is I have a little hobby where whenever I find a place with puzzles, hey Chameleon. When I find a place with puzzles or a collection of puzzles in a weird format, or for example, PDFs that people use and things like that, I always try to decode the data in them and convert them to SudokuPad data. And it occurred to me that sometimes the intermediary stage where the data is in some sort of very primitive format, such as just a string of digits, etc., it's actually a potentially convenient way of inputting data without a nice visual editor. And I thought, if I take that last part, converting that intermediary data to SudokuPad, into the SudokuPad format, maybe if I make that publicly accessible, you know, people might create the other parts themselves or just use it straight up. And for me personally, it would be a nice place to organize that because I just have like scripts lying around, and often I reinvent the wheel and each script is standalone and does its own thing. And like this, I figured I can organize things into one place, make them publicly accessible, make it a complete separate code base. So basically the idea is, for example, something like you just type in 81 digits for the solution and the digits, and you can have you know, some metadata, and then you press a button and it becomes a SudokuPad puzzle. And the nice thing about this is, like the idea is then also you can potentially put this data in here via query string parameters and things like that. So potentially this can be used as almost as an output format. So if somebody wants to build a quick Sudoku generator, they can use this to basically create nicely formatted SudokuPad data without having to worry about exactly the formats and how to make it look nice. So for example, for one-up puzzles, it renders the lines nicely. You know, you just put in some digits, you put in some numbers, and I'll figure out what's the best way of representing the ranges. And out comes a nicely formatted puzzle. And for example, I did the same thing for Samurai 5, where I can put in a lot of extra effort. So in these, for example, it creates the right row and column cages and the right box cages and does a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes to make this a high-quality Samurai X5 puzzle. Now, of course, it can only do a Samurai X5 puzzle. It cannot be a mixed killer Sudoku clue thing. It's not a puzzle editor, right? But the idea is that over time, I would sort of add sort of the main categories, especially the kinds of puzzles that are computer-generated, right? So there might be, you know, like I have a collection of Windoku and Xdoku puzzles. So for example, for the classic puzzles, I can actually just have a page of options where you can just check. It's a Windoku or it's a X Sudoku, etc., right? And then it would draw the lines nicely and it would do whatever internal annotation. For example, for Windoku, it generates additional cages for the Windoku and it formats and renders them in a standard way. For the Windoku, it creates cages that include the diagonal lines so that they're actually collision checked correctly and things like that, right? Things that somebody might not do if they create the puzzle from scratch in F-puzzles. They might not know, like F-puzzles, I don't think you can, you might even be able, I don't know, maybe you can make a cage across the diagonal, but it'll be a pain in the ass to do, you know? And it would also potentially serve as a kind of documentation of the format and the sort of things that can be done, you know, give insights to other people. And once I have sort of a coverage of the sort of these basic formats that I'm personally interested in, it can also, oh wait, Chameleon, you mentioned something, let me finish though. Like I can also, for example, can say, okay, now instead of typing in 81 digits, I actually have a custom editor for a grid of 81 digits. So it's not the SudokuPad render, it's just something very simple from scratch. It's just think of it like a date form input, you know, it's just a form input, but for a 9x9 Sudoku grid, right? And I can build these sort of custom editors over time and eventually maybe, you know, use this as the foundation for a real high quality editor. But it gives me a place to start because right now the problem with an editor is that I would need to put in a lot of work to make it better quality than what is already out there, which means months of work without anything useful to show for it, right? But this way, I have a way of starting to put work into something that's already useful. And it's also a place like, you know, I always wanted to rebuild the rendering engine, you know, make a better renderer, right? Like that's independent of the game engine. Now, right now, this is actually just an iframe on a instance of SudokuPad with, where the bits inside the menu and so on are just pushed off to the edge and covered, right? So inside this preview iframe, if we go in there, boom, boom, it's just standard SudokuPad with all the controls and buttons and everything, right? And for now, that serves me well enough, you know. But over time, hopefully, I can use this as a place where I can develop all these kind of technologies, right? And I spoke with Mark about it. I would like to make Mark's importer for Penpa puzzles one of these, right? Where instead of just putting in the digits, you basically put a Penpa URL in there or a F-puzzles URL or whatever. And then this could be the place where, you know, people just know, oh, okay, I can go in here to, or, you know, even an SCL puzzle, like any puzzle, but it lets you only edit certain things like solution, title, author. It's not an editor for the digits and so on, because it doesn't, you know, if you put in a random puzzle, it doesn't know, you know, maybe the given digits, you know, I don't know, something like that. We'll see. But I can build up on it over time. Chameleon, let me think, because you sent me a message recently. Can you please allow calling update link API? Okay, so let me see. Let me have a quick look at that. If I can do that. I have a I have a couple of little tasks here. Admin API call for I don't know if what you're asking is in the books. admin API update link. Let me see where this would live. Not here. So, admin update link. Why would update link not be callable from there? So for example, if I go to svencodes.com and from here I make a request and I'll do something like fetch SudokuPad app / admin / update link. You're telling me this won't work because of cores. If I look at this, I look at the cores headers, refer Sven codes. Okay, so because this is really designed for offline use, not cross-site use. Okay, let me see if I have something in here already that I can use. So, if I search for course, will I find something useful in here? Course headers. So admin create link has these, and admin update link does not. So if I call create link, no, okay, wait, so, no, wait, either one gives me this. Fetch mode course, cross-site, response headers, connection. I don't see any course issues here.
Could be again.
Can you please allow? It should be allowed. I don't see. So this one has course headers, but update link here. Or is it because I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to actually make it a proper request, don't I? So I'll have to do something like method. You know what? Oh, let me have a look. If I do. You know what? I have that short ID little HTML page that does it. So this should make the API call, right? If I say method post for my create link does the course nicely, but update link doesn't. Okay, so if I say this body JSON.stringify this key short ID test, and if I do this, right? If I do this, nice move. Wait. That. So in your experience, create link does the course and update does not. Can't read properties undefined, reading replace. Yeah. Let's make sure I don't crap on something functional here. If I go to test, and I'll just say something like, root ID test / ABC, and we'll do, hey, yeah, puzzle. We'll do puzzle is puzzle for SCF. I guess that's valid puzzle data. Grid test SCF only. Right, if we do this, okay, and then we'll go in here and we'll look at SCF only. Alright, one sec. We'll do this. Async. We'll do await this, and then we'll do await again. We'll do this. Dot JSON. And then we'll do that. Go to fetch. Oh no. I am probably missing. Okay, so here we get a block by course policy. All right, so that's the thing we want to pay attention to. All right. Failed to fetch. So let's clear that. Clear that. So we're on a different domain. So this gets a course error, and that's got a 502. Okay. If I don't get the JSON, can I get the response at least? If I remove the right number of braces, it's starting to look like Lisp. So we got a course. Status okay, text okay, readable stream, response course. So for this, I get an A-OK. Wait, didn't I just get an A-OK for this? Okay, and what are the headers? So you said create link does the course nicely. Apparently not. Because the weird thing is I don't seem to have included course headers in the update link call. But I have in the... Wait. What was I looking at? Handle admin create link. Handle admin update link. Yeah, there's no course here, and there's course here. So if options is right head course headers. So in theory, we should get... We have the pre-flight call, which is an options method. And the response is... all the cores are allowed. Right. But then when we do the actual... Oh, okay. I'm just not passing in correct data. What is the data we're looking for? I'm gonna give an error here. It's not outputting it. Okay. Undefined reading 0. Oh, because I'm hitting SudokuPad.app. I'm not hitting localhost. Why am I doing that? Whoops. Let's hope I didn't Hope I didn't overwrite something random on the server. All right, clear, clear, clear. I think the core setup should be the same, though. All right, here we go. Reference decode SCF is not defined. What? Wait, what? That's a weird one. Puzzle DB line 289. 289. Decode SCF is not defined. Puzzle tools. Puzzle DB utils. Why are we even doing that here? What are we doing here? 289. JSON validate JSON. JSON decode SCF puzzle data. Why are we decoding SCF here? Parse puzzle raw. Author. Okay. So we kind of want to have this. I want to see how that's used elsewhere. Okay. So if I go in here, they'll say something like this. And then we'll do something like const yada yada decode SCF. Right? Now I do this. It shouldn't poop itself anymore. Okay, so at least now we're confirming the create link works. And the puzzle gets created. Okay. Alright. Let's make sure I'm not squeezing that in the middle of a bunch of other things here. Okay. That looks fine. Puzzle DB.js is what we're looking for. I removed an empty line and I added this. Let's not remove that empty line. Okay. I need that. All right. So now we need to compare this to the behavior with update. Now update has a different API call, right? Different behavior. But we're using that here. Okay, so whatever we're doing here should be good enough. So if we say update link, what does that look like? All right, so we get a course error here. Unexpected enter JSON input. Because it doesn't do that course check. Okay, so we probably just have to add the course header stuff. So if I do something like this, and I'm gonna run that. Right. And then we'll have our try. We'll do an options check here. And then remote address. Do we care? No, that's just for logging. Okay. Okay, so if I do this, I should now be able to do this, and it should work unless it blows up. You know what, API key? That makes sense. I probably have an API key for test. Yes. Let's figure out what it is. Let us figure out what it is without putting it on stream if I can. Trying to remember where I keep these. Ops. Sounds like an ops thing. Right. Ops. API keys. Test. test. I don't have it written down. If I do... Nope, if I do... No, if I do this. No. No. Uh-oh, what did I do? If I do this. No. If I do this. And I search for test colon. Ugh. Okay, that's fine. I think we have what we need for the course check. So we want to add this because that was actually just a missing thing for SCF files, which only I use, so nobody else cares. And we probably want to get rid of this blank line. All right. Add course to admin/update link. Okay. And if we go here and run that, and then go here and do 6. Chameleon, could you give it a shot on beta first, just to make sure I don't blow up the server with some silliness, and hopefully that'll sort it out for you. So where did I put that? I didn't put that here. And I'm gonna call this done. First task done. All right. Second task was somebody put together an extension for copying cells, which a lot of people have been asking for. And personally, I don't see the point of specifically catering for LMG because the numbers are very, very small. The people are very noisy and entitled, but there's 40,000 people on the site every day, and there's a couple of hundred people that use LMD, so the percentages are quite small. But I guess they're heavy users, and if somebody went through the hassle of setting it up ahead of time, I want to honor that effort and see if I can integrate that. So let's have a quick look if I can greasy forkify this and have a quick look what this looks like. Okay, a lot of stray spaces. I'm just gonna go full screen here quickly. So what does this do? It gets the cells, so that's copy cells, but the selection lives in multiple rows and calls itself for not copied. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So it does try to make an attempt to see if it makes sense. Disconnect, blah, 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 blah. So this is part of the extension code, right? And main controls, if controls try main, disconnect. Okay, if controls main. So if we just call main, hopefully we can just test the whole thing like this. So if I run that, in theory, or if I open my little test puzzle. Right. So if I run this now, what does it do? It creates this button. Okay. So if I do this, oops, it doesn't do anything. All right, that's obviously, we can't have a no op. Got blocked by sending a link, of course. I got blocked by sending a link. What do you mean by that? Cache is not defined. Header on beta. Cache is not defined. Yeah, I suppose the very least I could have done is test it on beta quickly. So let's try it on beta. cache is not defined. Looks weird. I'm only getting invalid API key. What exactly is the call you made? Reference error cache is not defined. Oh, wait a second. Why am I not seeing that? I've added a cache recently, but obviously it's been working. 237. 237. 237. Cache is not defined. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, wow. I did not pull cache out. And I didn't pull it out here either. Holy moly. Okay. Good that this was still in beta. And that's why I didn't want to restart SudokuPad.app. Alright. Wow. Let's run that again. Make sure we don't restart the main server with this crap. All right, can you try it again, please? And let's hope that that cache not defined error is gone now, and it's just the API key stuff. All right. In the meantime, we're gonna look at this. Can do that in the same browser window. And we want to add some feedback. So, what's going on here? This is weird nomenclature. Doesn't the app have cells on it? Yeah, I usually grab them from puzzle. But is grid one-dimensional or two-dimensional? It's two-dimensional. Oh, maybe that's why they're grabbing it from grid. Oh well. Well, okay. If he wants them as one-dimensionally, could have just grabbed them from puzzle. So that just becomes cells. Let's see if we even got there. And let's see what happens here. Controls small button icon wrapper class name icon wrapper class name icon wrapper. Wait, what? Why does he do all that? All of this is really just... It's just a div class icon span with that stuff in it. Which, by the way, how big is that? Let's just run it through my little Tulio. Can't put that there. Close the span, Close the div. Do it like that, right? And then button dot inner HTML equals this. And then we can just do this. And then it's a little bit more compact and less distracting, at least for me. I don't think we need any of that. Don't think we need any text here. Okay, we don't need that until here. All right, let's make sure we know where we are and what's going on. That. Okay. Let's just try that. Missing initializer structure. Missing initializer in destructuring. Missing. Wait a second. App. Am I one too many braces in here? I think so. Okay. So main button. So we have a new button here. When we're clicking it, we're getting a bunch of cells, highlighted cells. All right. So if I do this. Get GM set. Okay, that's from the other thing. All right, forget that. I'm just going to do that for a sec. So if I do this, clear, boom, press copy, copy to clipboard, highlighted cells, copied to clipboard. What has been copied? Okay. Okay, what's going on here? So highlighted cells, we have two highlighted cells. Cell, highlighted rows. Highlighted calls. What the heck is he doing here? Check if the selection lives in multiple rows and calls and is therefore not copyable. This selection is invalid or empty. Only select digits from one row or column. Okay. Oh, because he only gets cell.value. He doesn't grab givens, huh? So if we put a 2 here, and I'll do this, and then we'll press the button, we'll get 2 copy to clipboard. I don't know. Let me inquire with the person to see what they have to say. If they're around. Where did he post this? Because I don't know how Logic Masters Germany works. So for example, if this is the row, would they expect you to type in 322, or would they expect you to just type in 2? I mean, it doesn't really make sense to skip cells, because you can just not select them. So I think I'll include them. And I think get val is what I really want there. So we'll probably want to do get val. So what does it do? Some row is not equal to height. This seems a little convoluted. Highlighted row. Highlighted rows 0. Why does it only look at the first row? Highlighted cells. Cells. If he's gonna filter highlighted, he probably just wants the selection. So he probably just wants selected cells. I think that makes more sense then. Right? I do this and press the button. Hide the cells, select the cells. This code usually asks for all digits in a row and all digits in a column. Anything else is a rare case, pencil puzzle, and so. Yeah. I think we'll go with that. This little algorithm here seems a little weird though. Because it first gets all the rows. Highlight rows. And then it just looks at the first one. So if highlight rows row is not equal to highlight... Oh, okay. Oh, it's just self-referential. So what we really kind of want to do is we don't really care about highlighted rows, sum, highlighted calls, sum. That doesn't make... Why split them up like this? You're still looking at all of them. So, oh, because he basically, brain. So if I want to do framework.app.puzzle.selected cells sum, right? So we have a predicate, B, C, E, true, console.log, A, B, C, D. I do this, right? It's gonna pass in the cell, it's gonna pass in the array. No, it's cell index array undefined. All right, so we have cell, so that's row call. We have cells. We have index, and we have cells. Right, and so we can have row call cells. So we want either all vertical or all horizontal. So if I say cells 0, for example, right, dot row, if some of these are not equal to that, so if some row is not equal to cell 0 row, false. And if I say call, so I don't think I can do it in one call, but I can probably do it in two. False, true. Okay, so this is our true false for the rows and calls, right? So we have selected cells, and we'll just say log is row. And is call. Row, row, call. All right. Go take that, get rid of that, put that in here, press this button. So we get, I have a row selected. I probably didn't press the right button. Boom. Syntax error after argument list. Okay. Ooh, where's the button? Is column is true, is row is false. So these are the opposite, right? If sum, so we need to invert that. Okay. Boom. Press that. Is row true is call false, right? And if I do this, it says both false. Okay. So we can say that is row equals is call equals. Let me check what Chameleon has to say. So the debugging update link on beta, it gets blocked by course, but I really don't understand why, because the options request does return proper headers, semi-set headers that work for create link. I keep debugging my until you understand what's the issue. Okay. I didn't do a full test because I didn't use a proper API key. So I don't know if with the right API key it might work better. Yeah, I'm a bit hamstrung on stream. I don't really want to mess around with the API keys. Even the test key. Just feels wrong. All right. So now we have that. Okay, so we can then say if not this and not is call, then do that. Okay. So if I do this now, why is this highlighted? Oh. Okay. Press the button. So blah blah blah. Do this. Press the button. Select is voted or empty. Only select is from one row or column. I mean, an empty is also invalid, right? Cool. And that isn't really a column. Okay. Also, I think show alert takes... Doesn't it take a title? I have this weird feeling that show alert is supposed to take a title. Message label. No, it doesn't take a title. Interesting. Ah. All right. So we can now get rid of all of this. And then digits is just selected cells, dot map, get val, boom. And get rid of all of this. Right? Boom. Boom. It shouldn't be 0 in this case. That should get us 3-2. Digits. But join. Okay. Put that in there. 3-2 copy to clipboard. 3-2 copy to clipboard. 1-3 copied. 3-2. Now, we already have a copy icon, so we don't actually have to include all of that. So let's see if we can cut some more corners. Minimize, minimize. Framework, dot icons, dot copy, 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 copy. Yeah. So we have that. We should be able to just do this. Framework.icons.copy. All right. Okay. Probably can do that. Can do that. Now, since we're inverting it twice, we can probably just... Oh man, I wanna parameterize this so much. I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. So this is match prop. And then it's basically just this. Right, that's item. And it's just error dot sum item prop equals items error 0 prop. We don't even need these. Right. So we should be able to just say something like this is row cells dot sum match prop row. And then S is all, and it should be the inverse, just so we don't get confused. So this should now be error.sum. Error.sum. Oh. It's this. Okay, so it's really just that, right? And now pressure. So is row is false, is call is true. Is row is true, is call is false. True. Both are true. Both are true. We don't want them both to be true. No, we want them... Wait, if I do this row is false. Okay, so it's inverted, right? So we need to find the one that's false, and we need only one to be false. We basically want the XOR of this. We want them to be different. Yeah, we need them to be different, right? If they're both true, or if they're both true, they're not in one line. If they're both false, so if I do this, right, they'll be both false. If I do this, wait. If I do this and I do that, they're both false. If I do this row is false. Yeah, so both false is actually acceptable. We just don't want them both to be true. So if they're both true, then we skip out. So if this and this, then we skip out. If this much some rows, or much proper blah, 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 blah. Yep. Okay. And then we have that. And then we do that. don't know why we have this. And then we'll just do something like handle copy cells. I don't know why he did this. Okay. Now, control small, append child. I don't think we want to do that. I think we have a specific... I don't know what this is for. We have a specific call that does that. So let's have a quick look at that. So framework, control small. If I search for that. These buttons got added somewhere. App menu, no, app controls app. So I think it's like this. No, those are the ones down there. Settings. Settings. If I search for this, will I find that? So we don't have a special thingamajig that does that. We have app buttons, aux buttons, which are the ones down here. No. Here, add app button. Add app button. So let us see if we can use add app button. So, don't do any of that. Do that. And add one of these. And probably just the one? Question mark, maybe? No, yeah. There's just the one. There's a singular option. Okay. Okay. So, copy cells. Copy cells. I can copy. Copy cells. On click. Handle copy cells. So if we do this, is that gonna do the trick? Do that. On click. That looks weird to me. It looks strange. It looks weird. It's the wrong color. This is the wrong color. What did I do wrong? What am I doing wrong here? Their syntax highlighting is messed up, which means I'm missing a symbol somewhere. It's supposed to be green. Wait, but the button got added. The button gets added, but the on-click doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. With add app button, add control button, controls app op, add control button. We have an add control button, ops, name, title, blah, 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 on click function. It's probably something silly. It always is. Wait, why is that in the console here? Oh. Handle copy cells. Blick, blick, blick. Blick, blick, blick. These click. So handle copy. So it is a function. It goes in there. It should theoretically go in there just like the others. Is there something about this button that makes this not wanna do things? It looks very similar to the other ones. Could it be the timing of when it's set up? I don't remember if I've ever tried dynamically allocating these. Add button settings. Is there something weird about these? I don't understand why here the on-click is green and here it is not. See? See that? Add button. Copy cells. If I do this, and this, and this, and this. On blah. On click. Is it because it's adding the arrow function here? So, what if I do that? Put that in there. It doesn't execute. The click should operate normally. It up, on, ops on click. F app control ops name. Ops name. Copy cells. Control dash. So control dash. We should have a trigger. Trigger. Where is it? Okay. We do this. And now, put that in here. Clicking that doesn't do anything. Clicking that triggers a handle mouse down because the button doesn't have the global handlers on it yet. All right, so handle button. We need to refresh that handler. Attach button handlers. So, where am I running this? Attach button handlers. Refresh controls. That's it. There we go. Holy moly. That was a long time ago. Things are coming back to me. Not really. I'm rediscovering them from scratch. Okay. So I do this. And we do this. And we press that. And we press that again. Okay. So handle button happens. Handle button mouse down copy cells happens. Name copy cells, copy cells. Okay. So why does that not get through to framework? App this. So if I say framework dot app on control dash copy cells args log args, right? That should kind of do it. So we click here. Mouse down, copy cells. Framework app, control dash copy cells. Framework.app on. God damn it. What am I missing here? I'm missing something here. So we have that. We have trigger controls, yada yada yada. Wait a second. Maybe it doesn't get to that. Trigger control. Maybe it exits out earlier because of some other stuff. That would be really annoying. So, B, C, D, E. Let's try it again. Boom, boom, boom. And A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so we're getting all the way to E. And in theory, the trigger should operate here. So... Huh. The name. And event. Name, control, dash, copy cells, event, that. But on control copy cells doesn't seem to trigger. Why? Why? Oh wait, is it on puzzle? No. This has got to be on app. Yeah. Framework.app.event.get event listeners. If I do this, control copy cells. Wait, so we have handle copy cells there. What's going on here? So we have handle copy cells there from here, but we don't have this one? That's so weird. Control dash copy cells. True. What? What? The heck is going on here? App trigger control copy cells. True. No, the true is the result of the trigger command. Let me just make sure I'm actually operating on app here. Wait. Yeah, I'm definitely on app. Yeah, we're definitely inside app here. So framework app, we're firing control dash this. Event, mouse event. Control copy cells. So we're hitting this trigger. Control copy cells. Why does it not hit the event listeners? Control dash copy cells. We get a function. Handle copy cells. Why do we only get that one function though? If I do this, right? And then I do this. Now I get two functions. Oh, okay. So why does the triggering not work? Control copy cells. So it fires this one, but it doesn't fire the handle copy cell. Why? It's in the same bloody... Oh, wait. God damn it. Oh my... God damn it. Alright. I am an idiot. That's why I wanted to muscle through this, because I figured it should work. And if it wasn't working, I need to figure out why. Okay. Okay, so we can get rid of that. We just needed the refresh controls call. That was the problem. That's what was missing. We don't need any of this rubbish. Let's just make sure we don't mess anything up. We don't need that. And here... Yeah, we don't need any of that either. Okay. Discard changes, discard. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So, now we can actually go back to here. Scan the cells. What difference does that make? What do you mean by that? I'm wondering if selected cells aren't always in order. That's something actually I need to be cautious of. But we've already super simplified all of that. Right? We just have that. We need that in a function now. We're already in a function. Let's actually verify that. So if I do this... Come on. If I do this, and I select this, and then this, and then this. 1, 2, 3 was the selection order. Yeah. So I need to actually sort them in row column order. Alright, so... No, you didn't cause the context switch. It was on the to-do list. If you have noticed, we haven't actually started the work of the stream yet. Which is concerning. I forget that the selected cells aren't in actual cell order. Which is mildly annoying. Which means we just have to sort them here. Right. So we'll just have to do a little thingy-majig there. The annoying thing is, can I sort them by both row and column at the same time? I think I can. So, consort row call equals, we'll have cell A. So, row, we'll just say A, B, right? And then we'll do A dot row minus B dot row plus A dot call minus B dot call. Will that work? Will that work? God damn it. Do I need to figure out if I'm sorting by rows or columns? Or can I just sort by both? Do I care? If I sort them by index order, that's enough, right? So I can actually sort by them both simultaneously. So I can just say call times that. So if I do this plus row, will that work? They should always then be sorted correctly. Like, if I do this... If I do this, and now do that, 2, 3, 1, and if I do select this one, then this one, and this one, I should still get 1, 3, 2. And if I do this, this, I should get 2, 3, and 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that does it. All right. Okay. What else is superfluous here? Okay. Is there anything else that's superfluous here? If we do this, I mean, this obviously will break for puzzles with more than 10 million rows or columns. So it's not ideal. The other way to sort them would be to actually, I think, can I get their index directly without doing like an index off? If I look at one of these here, I don't think their index is contained within themselves. No. So I'd either have to get row and like the width or a height if I want to do that accurately, or I can just get their index number and sort by that. I mean, it doesn't matter. All right, I'm not gonna leave it like this. I'll fix it. God damn it. If I sort, do I get the array passed in? Let me move these inside the handler. It makes my life a little easier. Now we need the original cells, unfortunately. So instead of cells here, we're gonna use cells. And then we'll do this. We'll do cells.index of A minus cells.index of B. I believe. It's less efficient, but it really shouldn't matter in this use case. If I do this, okay, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Right. 3, 1, 2. 2, 3, 1. 3, 2. 2, 3. Right. That should work. All right. Finally, we need the copy, and I'm not going to reinvent that. We have done it before. So we're going to find where we've done it. And we have cut and paste. How is that actually? Is that experimental and disabled? Because there's this. If I do Control C. Wait, how does this one? Control. So I should be able to do this and then V, C, delete, V. Okay, so it's copying and pasting within here. That's not the one we're looking for though. Dot copy. We can actually do this, I think. Clipboard. Tags, options. Oh, no, that's a different one. Copy the clipboard. Word cart. Short row. Get short HTML. No. Although, if I... Oops. If I take this... And we'll do... Ooh, we need a copy element first. Oops. Not sure. Copy clipboard in HTML, copy to clipboard, yada yada yada. Copy element, click. Navigator. So if I do this, hopefully that'll do the trick. The problem is, does the event stuff propagate correctly through for the browser to realize the user actually wants to copy something? Okay, if I paste this now, 1, 2, 3. If I say this, 1, 3, 2. Okay, so I think that's it. Digits.length greater than 0, I think, is never not the case. Oh. Are these doing weird things? Are these doing weird things when there's no digits in cells? If I select nothing and do this, 0 false false, cell false false, cell false false. Interesting. So we could skip some stuff out by filtering out any cells that don't have a value earlier on. The other question is, if we have a not a value like this, do we actually want to filter out not value? Or do we want to do something like that? Like, we probably want to do this with a gap. KKKK. This check we can do much earlier. We can just say up here if cells.length. Yeah, we can actually do this. If cells.length equals 0 or this and this, then do this. Okay. And we don't need that. Yeah, I don't know why I continued there. There's no need for that. Don't need that. Can get rid of this. All right. If I did this now, did this, copy, 1, 2, 3, copy to clipboard, paste there. Okay. All right, so we kind of want to wrap this up into a feature. Very small, simple feature. I guess we'll call it copy cells. Feature-copy cells.js. Because it doesn't make sense for a solution code otherwise, does it? I mean, I guess I could just copy whatever cells you've selected and then have the user be responsible for selecting just a row column. I guess that makes sense. I guess he would just want to do some validation so people would get what they expected to get, not get the wrong thing. But I see why you're saying we could also get more things. There's no real reason to limit it to that. It would actually make the code easier. What makes sense when selecting 2 rows? I don't fully understand. So, let's see. So let's see. It would simplify the code a lot. And you're right. I don't see a good reason for doing this, really. So if we take this down to here, I guess the only choice is if there's no digits, basically. So if I get rid of that, right, and then we'll do this. Right, and we get rid of that. We have our digits. We don't need all that match prop stuff anymore. Before we delete it, let's hide that for a sec. And then we'll really just want to do... I mean, we can copy even if the digits are blank. And we could do something like... we could do something like... dot length. Digits. Symbols. Copy to clipboard. Right? If I do it this way, and we'll do something like that, we should now get 1, 2, 3, 2 for symbols. If I don't select anything, 0 symbols copied to clipboard. I don't even need to handle the special case with nothing selected. 302. And the important thing is it's just in dictionary order. So like this, it'll be, and let's go bonkers. Right? And then we'll do this. And then we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 3, 8, 2, 2, 3, 1. 9 symbols copied to clipboard. Regarding short links, are they shared between prot and beta? No. Well, the database ones are. The file ones aren't. So don't put a lot of stuff into beta because the file... Like, there's only one database. But there's two... because they used to be separate when it was file-based. But I didn't want to set up a separate second database when the database is already like 2 gigabytes of my very limited server space. So don't mess around on beta expecting it to not screw things up on production. And if you make a change on beta and it doesn't show up on production, let me know, because that means it's using the file system instead of the database, which isn't good. And that's very possible because I have a fallback system in there right now. And to be honest, I'm not monitoring it closely enough that if there's a problem with the database, that I'll be notified early enough. So if you've noticed anything weird, please tell me, because I'm relying on user reports for this stuff, because I do not have the resources to check things as carefully as I would like, unfortunately. Okay, so this is getting simpler and simpler. Simpler and simpler and simpler. Simpler and simpler. So, anything else we can reduce from this? Anything else we can reduce from this? I'm wondering if I could map these, but problem is then it'll get more complicated. Anything else here that's extraneous? I'll probably want to do this. I don't think it'll return an empty symbol. I'll do this. I'll do this. If I do this, it'll be 2 space 2. If I do this, it'll be 1 space 1. If I do this, 1 space 3. Okay. Make sure I can actually place this. Yep. So let us take this and put that into a feature. And actually, before I paste this in, let's grab a recent feature. What have I done very recently? Just because it'll have the latest API code. What was it? What was it? What did I mess around with very recently? Layout, for example, right? Copy cells. Boom. Oh. Feature. Copy cells. Now I need to get rid of all this boilerplate. I think I have enough features now where I don't think I need all this boilerplate anymore. All right. That. I don't think we need a detach here. I'll have to figure that one out. This dot handling resize. That's weird. Wait. That's wrong. Handling. Yeah, that's not really what it should be. It should be kind of like this. So this dot feature enabled. Right. Oop. How we're gonna detach it, we'll figure out in a minute. So. So this would be not on experimental, probably under advanced. And this will be content copy cells handle copy cells. If I do this, advanced. Oh, wait, we need to actually add it. I need to build process soon. It's getting out of hand. What do you mean layout already exists? Feature layout. Did I mess something up? Copy cells, find layout. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, obviously, if I'm gonna make something, I'm gonna try to make the best version of it that I can. Otherwise, I'm just wasting my time here. All right, so copy cells. Yeah. So it's what am I doing? It's supposed to be a toggle, not a thingy. We need a feature with a toggle. Something like this. Right. So we need a toggle. Advanced. Setting name. Copy cells. Okay. And setting change. Boom, boom, boom. Attach, detach. All right. Now we should be able to toggle this. We should get an attach. If setting off. Copy cell button on. Reverse. Reverse. Okay. Off, on. Okay. Next step, next step. So, to attach, we want to do this, basically. So we want to do the add button, yada, 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 right? Boom. And then this, we'll move it up here. So that'll be this dot handle copy cells. Bum, bum, bum. And I don't think there's anything wonky in here that we have to worry about. Be embarrassed in the future. Now, we have add app button. Do we have a remove remove app button? Add app button. We have add, remove tool, remove control button. Remove add button, remove control button. So can I do, so now I should be able, yeah. So can I do now framework dot remove control button, copy cells. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure how clean it removes everything. I don't think we need to even refresh controls at this point. C.name, I think is what we really want to do here. Right. Okay. I think that's it. We have a button. We do this. Boom. Do some copy to clipboard. Remove. On. X. Copy. 1 to X. Okay. I think that does everything we wanted to do. Added a bunch of boilerplate. That's okay. This is completely pointless. Is this, am I supposed to enable this myself here? Move feature, attach element, feature enabled. False. I'm not sure. But it won't harm anything if I add that like this. To X2. Okay. I'm sort of happy with that. And this was based on this by GL USB 3.0. Now, I have a tradition and I haven't really been keeping it up, but I do want to credit folks for contributions to the code base. And we'll do this quickly. Do that. And we should be able to now add a version here. Right. Edit copy cells feature. Might as well. Syntactified like this. Do that here. All right. Let's make sure we didn't add any code that doesn't need to be there. Everything should be as minimal as possible. Okay, we just got a bunch of version updates. It's fine. I think that's it. Let's make sure we don't have any unsafe changes. That sometimes happens. So let's close all these files. We need to worry about the server changes later. And we shouldn't need that anymore. Okay. commit that. And we'll do a npm run deploy beta. And let's have a quick test. So for example, if we go here, do it an easy one because I'd like to do some more work if I can. Let's enable our little setting. All right, go guys. There's a button on. So if I should be able to grab this now and do this, and we'll just solve this quickly. We shouldn't have to pencil mark anything here. On a New York Times easy. They are indeed easy. Are they easy enough for me? That's the question. 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3. Okay, 4. Nope, got a 4 here already. Nope, got a 4 there already as well. Got a 4 here. All right. 6s. See a bunch of 6s. 6 here. 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 7s. 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 Oops, 5 7 7 7 7s. We're missing a 7 here. 8s. 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 That's it. 9s. Come on, come on, come on. Quick, 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 quick. Here. 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 Okay, that's all the 9s done. 5 here. 3 here. 4 here. 5 here. 4 here. 5 here. 2 and 4. Oh wow, not resolved. 2 and 5. 2, 5. 2, 4, 2, 4. 5. 5. 2 and 3. And then finally a 3. Cool. So now should be able to just grab that, paste it somewhere. I should be able to grab that, paste it somewhere. And then of course the next thing, somebody is going to ask for the hotkey and all that sort of thing. That's always the case, isn't it? Now it shouldn't matter in which order they're being selected. It should always copy them correctly in, you know, straight order. All right. Sweet. So this is version 0.556. What's it called, the setting? Copy cells button. All right, cool. So that's done. That took a tiny little bit longer. I hadn't planned of actually adding it, but you know. Now, oh yes, so the deselect touch button mode. I'm considering adding a setting for that, but I don't feel like doing that today, if I'm entirely honest. And I'd like to do a little bit of actual progress on the importer. So at least I can close this now. I should probably I should probably bookmark this somewhere. Community tech. Yep. All right. Let's, what can we do? We've done the rename. At least we've done a small win there early on. Mostly, the UI is gonna be the big thing. Like, the UI is to be good, and ideally it should work well enough on mobile, and I'm fairly far from doing that. And I need to make sure that people don't misunderstand. This is like this is not a JSON editor yet, but there will probably be a JSON editor mode in here. And the other thing that I'd love to work on in this is a validator. So let's maybe go under planning notes down here. Let's get rid of that for a second here. Puzzle types. Any puzzle, any support, any puzzle by URL, supported puzzle by URL, edit, common, and JSON, and raw JSON. And that'll include ink mark converter. So this should include Mark's penpa converter. All right. But what I actually wanted to mark here is I'm going to replace this with... Well, actually, this is what I wanted to write down, like the JSON editor for now. Can probably remove that. Make that a little bit smaller. Looks like both options and post should send these headers, not only options. Okay. All right, let's have a quick another look at that. Was there a reason why I didn't always send those headers along? Because I am doing custom course headers for certain things. I think I'm doing that in the API. The other API. One of the many. If I look in here and search for course. But here I'm using Express. It's a little annoying. Where else was I using cores then? Because I know there's a place. Because it's so annoying that cores doesn't. It lets you only support specific domains. So what people basically do is they'll have a list of supported domains on the server and then dynamically change the header to support that specific domain for that domain, which is such a stupid thing. And I've done this before. And in fact, I had a to-do item to set up to open course on the Thumb API for your domain as well. But now I'm looking and I don't find where I had a list of domains or a regular expression or something. And now I'm a little worried that things don't quite look the way I thought they would. And I'm kind of wondering, what am I misremembering here? Like, there's no course on the proxy, which makes sense because there probably shouldn't be. But I am so sure I've done this somewhere or something. And if it's not the API, either one, then where would I have done it? There's this thing. Now, I don't even know if this is a real thing. If I search here, I'm gonna find. Yeah, there's only that. I don't know. I guess for now I can just add these headers in. And then if I have a problem, I can just, you know, change it. Ah, but here, wait. I am including the course headers here. Oh, wait, I forgot to add that here. Right. Wait, what? God damn it. It's so stupid that I've built my own server here from scratch. I shouldn't have done that. But at the time, when it first started, I didn't need much, and I was like, oh, I don't want to pull in Express to do one thing. And before you know it, your prototype runs the whole freaking site. Nothing more permanent than a temporary solution. God damn it. Yeah, that's why I'm basically doing that here. In fact, that's exactly what I did. I did the same thing here. I just replaced serve.json with this because serve.json doesn't support custom headers. Alright, so I'm gonna just do this. I'm just gonna blindly trust this is gonna work. Because it's a really small, simple change, right? Do that. And we're just gonna do that. Do that. Close that. Do that. All right, Chameleon, could you please try one more time? And confirm that it works on create link, because there it should already be adding the course headers. All right, let me think. What can we do? Because I don't really feel like fiddling with the user interface. So what I'm tempted is to add another puzzle type. Let's do something here, because we can. Let's try that. Because I have some X puzzles and Windoku puzzles, and I don't really think they require their own separate thing here, because they're just classics with extra flags. Oh no. I didn't test. Did I keep my testing code, though? Unfortunately, I don't think I did. Shoot. I'm gonna grab yours, but I'm gonna sanitize it from... you ended with spaces. No, I can't use this code. It's impossible. What are you doing? You're not... your code. God damn it. Right. Let's hit localhost. Why am I not get JavaScript thingies? Oh, and you used mixed quotes. God damn it. All right. We should be able to run this code from here. What is it gonna complain about? From origins, when codes has been blocked by course policy. Now, isn't that something we've just fixed? Didn't I just fix that? Alright, well, I did say let's check the create link call as well. Because that should have already done it correctly. Okay, so that does go through. And we have course headers on either one. Okay. And then if I do this... Clear. If I do this... Ow, because I have got the invalid key, and... Okay, I'm gonna do something that's kind of nasty. I'm gonna grab the test key, and I'm gonna change it. Temporarily. So I think I can just do this. Like that. And you can't see what I'm doing. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a new hash just for right now. Hash. Where am I creating this hash? Here. Let's just do this. And there we go. New key. Everybody can see this one because it's not gonna work anywhere else. It's just gonna be locally on my computer. There's the hash. So now if I do this, clear, boom. JSON is not defined. Now I've reformatted the JSON a little bit. Reference error. Wait a sec. Oh no, wait. That's the error you were getting. Okay, so that's actually sort of good, I guess. 333. JSON is not defined because I copied from here to here, and here I called it res. God damn it! Why am I so bad at this? Hey, look at that. All right. Don't know if it did the thing. But this should be all we need to do. We're gonna get rid of that. I really need to make that an API one day. Okay, so not that. Do that. I'll need that. Is it done? Yep. Alright, Chameleon. That should be it. Give it a try. Copy paste errors, not proper testing, too lazy to set up the other key hash. It's just a comedy of errors. All right, where was I? I need to clean that up later. We want to do that. Okay, so that thing actually works now. Okay, so I wanted to look at that. But there's some other things I want to look at. I want to ultimately be able to use this page as a URL destination. So I want people to be able to have a simple tool. You know, they don't want to build anything fancy, and they can just link to this thing with a string of digits, and it'll just forward it straight to SudokuPad. So we want to be able to look at URL data, and let us have a quick look. So this classic Sudoku is defined by this default data, right? So let's grab this and use this as our URL format. Now it's a bit awkward, and I appreciate that. And in fact, can I puzzle import types 0.defaults 0, So for example, if I take this, right, and I'll say new search URL search params. Like if I do something like this, and then I'll do toString. What does it look like? Okay, that looks pretty good. So we're gonna put this somewhere as a note. And then we're gonna have this as another note, right? And this should already be encoded. So we should be able to just do this, get rid of the quotation symbols, right? And now we should be able to get our location, right? And do we have search params here? Or do we have to generate them ourselves? So if we think of, what was it called? URL search params, right? You should see some of the code I built for pure console use. I over minify it generally. I was working on some today. Let me see if I can reach it quickly. Is it here? No. Is it here? Maybe. Yeah. I was using this earlier today for some heavy lifting. And because I have to paste the whole thing in the console, I kind of make sure it's really compact. And it's like, and this is just what I wrote by hand out of the top of my head, so it's kind of hand minified. And it'd be a disaster if anybody else ever needs to read something like this. And it's very dense. It does a lot of things, though. It does a lot of things. All right. I don't really want this to be up here. God damn it. Should have closed that ages ago. God damn it. Well, nobody watches these. Let's hope that. So, one thing that's always bothered me is that I had to run this myself, and that document.location doesn't have this built in. Or the URL object itself, generally. So it feels like I always have to run this myself. Search parameter. So there's a search params. Terser. Terser is a minifier, right? Search params. So search params. But document location I thought was a URL object. God damn it. Where's the URL object then? Yeah, the location property is so weird. Why is this not just a URL thing? It's so similar to a URL. A location object, okay. Location interface represents location of the object. Location vs URL. Search params. It's so silly to me that these are so different. Cannot set it. You can both get and set the location.href. Able to set the document.url, but don't, as it doesn't work in most browsers. Yeah, I don't want URL. I don't want to set it. Oh, that's a terrible answer. location. So what's the difference between your auto search params and your search params in Node.js? No, it's not really. Are they? All right. None of that is important. My brain is just running away with bollocks. So if I say new URL search params, right? And if I do this, nope. Can I not do this? All right, so I can do object dot from entries. This, I'm guessing. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. There was a thing when people competed creating exe files as small as possible. Oh. I was those people. This is let me see. Let's find something tiny in here. Something like this. So this thing is, let me see. Oh my god. Oh no, I don't have DOSBox installed here? Are you kidding me? Ah! You know what? DOSBox. Come on. I just need some DOS. Give me some DOS. CodePen. I have this in my own pens. Can I get to my pens? List. Can I search? DOS. Box. Did I? I'm pretty sure I had a DOSBox in here that you could just drop a zip file on and it would play a game for you. The question is, where is it? Where is it? Xenoside. Side. Retro side? No? Are you kidding me? Can I just an online DOS box? I just need a DOS box. Give me a DOS. Thank you. Holy moly. Alright. So we just need this. What? Illegal command debug? What? Does DOSBox not include? Okay, I'm just gonna download DOSBox and install it and do all that. Downloads. All right. Win32. There's no Win32. Win3064. God damn it. There's no Win64 DOSBox. That's curious. Win64 DOSBox. All right, this stream is very rapidly falling off the wagon. Very rapidly. No, not the installer. Does stuff not happen anymore? Do I not get like a icon or anything? The search is so bad that I can install a program and it just doesn't know anything about it. So debug is not a thing anymore. All right. Mount the Dropbox Pascal dear EP. All right, here we go. Can I make this bigger? Can I? Uh-oh. Can I not make this bigger? DOSBox scaling. Damn it. Enlarge hotkey. Is there no hotkey? Are you kidding me? So there's a options. Okay. And I should be able to change something here. Output scalar normal. So we have 3x, no bigger than 3x. Window resolution. Window resolution. Where's window resolution? It's super tiny. Full screen, full double. Full double. Use double buffering full screen. You can reduce dirt. Okay, no. Full resolution. Full screen. Original desktop or fixed size. Window resolution. So window resolution should be, let's say, 1080 by no, 1280 x 1080, right? Something like that. Okay. If I do this and then restart DOSBox like that, it should be bigger. No, it's not bigger. God damn it. Where is this file? So, local DOSBox config. Okay. Why is it not larger? Output draw. Maybe. Alright. Come on. We can do this. Here we go. Alright. Mount the C complexer Dropbox Pascal CD. Boom. Mount. Okay. The CD Pascal. Tiny. Oop. CD. Tiny fire. All right, here we go. So the smallest one I ever made, I think it is 84. Well, technically the smallest one is 71 bytes. Hey, 71 bytes. Here we go. And then I think the slightly larger version. So that's the 71 bytes, and I think for 13 more bytes. So that would be 84 bytes. You get color. That's what I used to do back in the day. Oh my gosh. CD3DIL. Nope. I don't even know what the 3D idle one is called. 3D idle. It's something like that. But Windows search isn't very good. Ah, Demo FX. All right. So, for example, voxel.exe. Let's see. This was, when did I wrote this? 96. Hey! Alright, I think there is a hotkey for speeding up DOSBox. DOSBox hotkey speed. Control F11? Oh, slow down. There we go. Because it was maybe like this speed roughly back in the day on the 386s I wrote this stuff on. Oh man. Oh my god, does this still work? That'd be awesome if that worked. I wrote, if it is what I think it is, I created a contraption out of cardboard with wooden sticks. So I had like a little thing that I put around my neck and with a pin, and it could rotate around my face. And then I had little kebab sticks that I would push against my face, and then I would write down the numbers. And I would do that a bunch of times. And then I would put these numbers in, and that's how I created a 3D model of my face. And I think if I press some keys here, maybe speed it up a bit, I made this face. Of course, not very high. No, actually, this one I might have built by hand, actually. I don't think this is the one with the accurate face measurements. And this is with my... I was experimenting morphing multiple 3D models into each other. So here I'm pressing the keyboard keys. And it's kind of... I have like 3 models in here and the flat one. And I kind of smoothly morph one into the other. That kind of stuff. Escape. 3D aisle. Oh, no. This doesn't run anymore? No, this was the best one. Oh no, why is this blowing up? Darn. This was the best one. Oh, I misspelled terrain. Oh, yeah. I think I could... You could just... Yeah. Whee. And this was all basically built in assembly from scratch with my own... Like, everything is done from absolute basics. But oh, is that... Is Xenocide still running? Wait. What is... I think I made a folder of a running version. So... This might be a version... Oh, this is too fast now. Way too fast. There's my face here. For the very primitive scanner. The flamethrower, yes. This was the closest thing to building a full action game I've ever done, actually, I think. Those were the days. Anywho, I don't think I have much of a chance of doing something productive anymore today, unfortunately. I installed DOSBox. Oh god. Yeah, I think what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a look. I have some code somewhere that... Alright, let's do one thing, right? So I have some code for Windoku that generates Windoku. And I want to look at exactly what it does. What exactly it does in the SCL to generate the Windoku data. And it's what I use for the endless puzzle Windoku that are already in the site. So, if I find something like this. Now, this is just the code to actually load the puzzles. It's on the endless, maybe. So do I have code in here somewhere that generates the Windoku? So I'm using the solver here to generate the solutions. But I think at this point I'm already feeding the existing puzzle data in. So I've already encoded them. Oh, because they're SCF. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's SCF. Yeah, I started with PolyRay. That was the first ray tracer. I remember we had a... I mean, I had just moved country. I didn't speak the language. My first time in an American high school. And in the chemistry class I had, we were supposed to build chemical molecules out of like gumdrops and sticks or whatever. And instead I rendered them in PolyRay and printed them on a color printer that my dad had in, 95 probably. Where, a lot of people around here didn't have that sort of stuff, so it got me an A on the grading. So what I need to look at is I need to look at the SCF decoding, because that's where that stuff is happening. And that's part of kind of why I'm doing something like this. It gives me an excuse to look at some code that I haven't looked at in a long time, and lets me refresh the little brain cells here. So this would be under puzzle tools, I'm guessing. SCF. SCF, right. So we have SCF here. Is SCF yada yada yada. Decode SCF, right. Right. Windoku. And that's all it does. Holy moly. And then it just adds that to the metadata, huh? So in theory, if I go in here and I'll go under Convert Classic Sudoku and under options, we'll add something in, something like this. Input type equals checkbox. Name equals window is Windoku right? And if we do the same we did up here, we'll do something like that. What would that look like? So if I do this now and I do refresh, we want to look at... We should end up here somewhere, right? Let's paste what I've just grabbed over on the other... from the other file. Because the important thing here is to get a good API going, so I don't repeat, or I repeat as little code as possible, right? So let's see. Okay, so we need to include that with the default, because that's what it uses as reference. So we'll need to add is Windoku false. Now I haven't added checkboxes yet. Is Windoku false? It turns it to string. And that means we have to update get val, I believe. Right. If I do this, there should be input value. The problem is on a checkbox, value doesn't represent its state. If I do this, This Vendoku is false. And if I click it again, this Vendoku is false again, right? So I need to figure out a set. It's the same. We have the same problem with set val here as well. So if I do this, we'll do something like that. Right. We'll do something similar to this. Now we have to figure out it's so annoying that with a checkbox you have to handle the checked value. JavaScript toggle checkbox state. So to toggle the checkbox, I guess we have to set checked to true and or false. I'm starting to think the switch statement here isn't gonna do the trick. So if we're gonna do something like this, if equals input, put, right, and what's the other property? Type? Type? Is it type? Is it... What makes this a checkbox? I'm guessing type. 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 Input. Is there no type? We have type. All right. We should say if this is equal to input and el dot type equals checkbox, then do a thing, and then the other stuff is just the default. Else, just do that, and we can just ignore that. And then in this case, we want to do el.type, el.checked, el. We kind of want to do something similar over here. Like that. And then else, we'll just do this. Right? On. My God, it's so stupid. So I really have to do JavaScript get input checkbox value. You have check equals on. Is that because it isn't on. On. It says on for checked. It's not on. Oh my God. jQuery, get out of the frickin' internet. People don't know JavaScript because jQuery has frickin' poisoned their brain. So it's not value. It's not checked. Because... Ah, no, it's false. Okay, so what's the on then? Oh, that's the value. Okay, that's super useless. Unless... So if I do this, and then press this, then this will be true. Okay. So we'll just do return EL checked. Right. And then here we'll do el.checked equals val. So, should get that. And if I do this, we'll do this. And now isWindoku should be true. And if I click that again, isWindoku should be false. Cool. And that means we can react to isWindoku. So, if isWindoku, do the thing. Boom. And we don't do the rules thing because it doesn't make sense in this context, right? All right. Yes, that's all fine. Puzzle. Dot underlays to push. So puzzle dot underlays equals this, and then map like that, right? And then we just map it to this. Without that. And that. I think that's all we need. If we were to do this, and then go in here, right, and we'll check that, and then we'll refresh the preview. Boom. And it blows up. All right, that's interesting. Why would it blow up? Let's see. So it should just add 4 underlays, standard stuff, and Windoku is set to true. Why would that blow up on the preview? What is it complaining about? Undefined is not... So, am I misunderstanding where this goes, at what level? That's not what I want to look at. Am I doing something to puzz after this? Add constraints. Doesn't seem like it. Fog is having a problem. Convert puzzle is having a problem. Undefined is not a simple iterator. Is in cell. Because the problem is, this might be before convert puzzle. Okay, I think we actually need to kind of look into this. Is in cell. In line 2991. And this comes from 3007. Is in cell. Feature check. Is in cell parts. But we are setting up center correctly as far as I can tell. Okay, we don't need... Let's get rid of some of these. That. Get too much crap running out. I got another copy of that. And that's the one that caused me problems before. Why did I not close it? Okay. Don't need that. So, don't need that. We are setting up center. So why does it say undefined is not iterable? Feature check. So this might be super spammy, but it might blow up just when we need to know why it's blowing up. So, what is the problem, officer? This seems perfectly normal.
Yeah, it's not iterable, undefined. Online.
3008. 3008. It's executing isInCell with a particular check. So, we have a check here against key and a particular check function. You push the cages as an array instead of 4 individual items. Ah, thank you. Yeah, well, I don't want to have notifications on stream, but I might need a better arrangement where the monitor is closer to my field of view, or maybe underneath on like a tablet or something. You are right. I missed the 3 dots. Thank you very much. So, check, refresh. There we go. That's all I wanted. So, in theory, we can add features like this. And we can do the same thing with Xdoku. So, we can do something like... So, we have the Windoku here. Is what do I call that? I call it, we can get rid of this now. Did I close the thing already? I closed the thing. So diagonal, positive diagonal and negative diagonal, right? So we have as diagonal plus and diagonal minus. Right. And we'll probably just call them P and N internally. Something like that. So if I go here, yada, yada, yada. And we can probably... And of course, this is going to get super cleaned up and all this. It's just for now. Okay. But where are these getting rendered? That's the question. So we have Xdoku, digits cannot repeat along major diagonals. Now that's both. Okay, and then it just sort of slices it. All right. And we kind of have all this. All right. So I guess we'll do the similar thing over here. So we have diagonal P, diagonal N. And then this would be basically the primitive format, or the intermediary format that we're converting from. For viewers, yeah. Unfortunately, with the viewers numbers I have, I'll never get to the channel numbers and features and stuff that I'd like to have. It's, maybe I need to figure out how to become more exciting and entertaining. Okay. So we'll probably just grab one of these two. And this time we're just adding one. So we don't need this, I think. But I guess for now the syntax is convenient. Right? If I do this, we'll get one element of waypoints that we convert this way. And then we'll just do this. And that's it for the positives. And then we'll do the negatives. And we'll probably have to swap these, because I'm just guessing which is which. Puzzle. There's something missing. All right, so now we should be able to say Windogo has positive diagonal, refresh, and has negative diagonal, refresh. And the diagonals are switched as I anticipated. I'm pretty sure the positive diagonal is going from bottom to top, right? So positive diagonal should look like this, and then negative diagonal should look like that. Oh. Oh, lines, not underlays. There we go. So let's do that again. Refresh, refresh, refresh. Oh, okay. Don't know why it took so long. Yeah. So, let us grab one of these that actually works and solve it, and then I'm gonna call it a day because I'm tired and I'm slow and my brain doesn't work and I'm stupid, and that doesn't make for a very exciting stream. So, I should have some Foursquare, X Foursquare. The only annoying thing is these are encoded in SCF. But I'm just gonna run them through SudokuPad. If I just do this, right? All right. So now I should be able to do framework.app. Excuse me. Dot puzzle dot no 2 dot 2 p nope 2 dot 2 p 81. Boom. All right, so that's our puzzle data. Let's grab that. Let's add it as a second example, second default. I should really call them examples. In the future, I would like to have these examples to be actually selectable. So maybe I want to rename them to examples. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Let's do meta. No. Source puzzle. No. Source puzzle. Dot meta data. Let's just bring those over into the example. We have a title. We have a title. We have rules. Right. Rules. Rules. And the whole point is that everything should be neatly formatted. Otherwise, there's no point to it, right? So the point is that this will be easier to get a higher quality puzzle out of a given set of data if than hand making it in. Is that part of the author here? No. What? What? How is that the author? Something is wrong here. Pretty sure that's not the author. Pretty sure that's the solution. So people who just want to make a puzzle quickly, don't want to handcraft everything, they could just use this as a way of getting a decent puzzle layout with sort of standardized settings fairly quickly, you know? Ooh. No, that's not the solution. That's the givens. Sorry, that is the solution. That's not the... Ah, God damn it. That's the givens. And then here, these should all be true. 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 And then if we comment this out, it should use that as our default data. What do you mean? If a streamer messes things up, the chat feels more helpful and engaged. Then I should have a lot more viewers than I do. Because my streams are a total mess. Alright, let's close that. Close that. Close that. Refresh. And it should have all this fancy stuff in it. Has these all checked. Has our nice little preview. Just to make sure this is still live and still working. Yeah, that works. We can change that. But I doubt it's solvable without these. And now, bada bing, bada boom. Let's solve one and see if it has any errors or anything weird going on. Do this and this. Make sure it's nice and big on the screen. Hey, Mark. Mark is very keen, I think, to integrate the penpa importer already. All right, so for example, what this doesn't do now, and that's exactly it, right? So this one doesn't have a region. So if I put a 1 here, okay, so that actually, but that happens in the engine, right? But I could now handcraft extra regions in here because I think, for example, let's see, the 2. Yeah, okay, so, but this is happening in the core. But now I could do it on the file side, on the import side, right? And for types that the core doesn't support. This one I've added myself, so that's how it supports it. Okay, so that can't be a 1, so the 1 goes here. In fact, I'm gonna use my little cheaty hotkey. Got a 1 here. 1 here. Don't actually know how these are distributed down there. Constituted, distributed. Alright. 3. No, oh, that's a 3. That's a 3. There's a 3 here, so no 3 there. No 3 there. 3 here or here, so no 3 there. Here, here. Here or here. Here. Alright, 3's here. 4. Don't know. 5. Don't know. 6. Hey, Alima, how you doing? I should add like a very large cut to Sudoku as a gag. It's like, hey, okay, now please paste, you know, how many cells? 13,000 digits into this box. Oh dear. I hope many more Sudoku bullets get made for all the custom code I'm building for it. It goes so much against my philosophy in terms of how SudokuPad is supposed to be organized. Alright, 9. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Okay, no. 9! No 9s! Nothing here. Nothing here. That's... Oh, there's a 9 here or here. So nothing there. Anything else? Anything else? Here. Alright, I guess I'll mark that in. Anything news on the... Oh, oh, I can't... Wait, what? Wait a second. Was I looking at... I wasn't looking at 9s. I was looking at something else. God damn it. What was I looking at? 7s? No. Yes? No. 6s? What was I looking at? Oh. What did I just press? No. 3? No. 5? No. 7? 6? Maybe it was 6. Okay. 6 is down there. Can't be there. Okay, that's not super useful. These are, I like actually these. The difficulty level is interesting. It's not, they're not super hard, but they're not like trivially easy most of the time either. They're probably easier than gas. No, they're quite gassy. Sometimes they can stump you a little bit. But that's always the problem with computer generated stuff, right? That the quality is inconsistent. Sorry if I'm offending anybody with this kind of pencil marking, but my brain is weak and I don't want to keep going for too much longer. I haven't really looked at the... No, I have looked at the boxes. I've looked at everything. 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 5, 9. 6 down there. I mean... that's not super useful. 2, 5, 9, 7. 6, 5. This cell is quite... Maybe I should mark it up. Ah, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hidden signal 2. I would have not noticed that. I am a little tired. I never sleep anymore. 3, 7, 8. Let's capitalize on that 2 and see what else we can do with 2s. Not too much. Not too much. Did we get anything else done? We got 4 and 6 out of these 2. That's helpful. So no 4s here. No. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a 5. Wait. Ah, just that. Okie dokie. 9, 7, 5, 9, 5. I have a sneaking suspicion I made a mistake somewhere. Doesn't feel quite right what I'm putting in here. Okay. I'm tempted to check, but somehow I feel like I need to punish myself if I make it to the end to find out that I've made a mistake. Okay. 4, 6, 4, 5, 4, 9, 5, 8. 2, 4, and 6. This is sound being low. Is my sound low? I was thinking about cranking it. Everything low or just my voice? I'm just worried about blowing things out. If I get close to the microphone, it gets louder. It's Alt-Shift. If you have nothing selected, Alt-Shift and pressing a button will select everything that can't be that cell. Yeah. So for example, Alt-Shift 2 means this can't be a 2. Now, yeah, and the reason is because there's a 2-4 pair. And I mean, it's not super comprehensive, but it basically uses Snyder notation. It's like, okay, there's a 2-4-5 pointing pair at this 2, so the 2 has got to be here. So if I do it again now, so I can see, for example, in this cell, okay, it's either here or here, here or here. And it uses the scene cells kind of internal tooling. Let me just, whoops, that's, I'm completely in the wrong place. And I'm tired. I shouldn't be doing things. It's dangerous. It's so dangerous. Let me just screenshot that for GLUSB 3.0. I hope he doesn't mind. Like, some people might not want their name in the credits or anything like that. So I'll bet I'll let him know that it's there. No. Ah, wait. This can't be a 9 because we have a 9 up here. So, for example, it wouldn't know that because, you know, it wouldn't apply Snyder notation to this area. Although, you know, any unique cage basically can be Snyder notated. Notatified. Something I could add. I mean, that's the thing. I'd love to expand these kind of tools and make it kind of a pluggable architecture so anybody else can write tools like that and have like a neat internal API and all this sort of thing. All right, so the 9 is over here now, but we knew that already. What am I looking at this diagonal? 2, 5, 6, and 9. Not super constrained. Ah, this one is out of 3. 4, 6, and 8. So no 4s here. No 7s here or here. Cool. But also not exactly enough either. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. No 6s, okay. 2, no 2 here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. Actually, a lot of options here in these. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. 8 here or here. Maybe on the diagonal? 4, 5, 5, 8. Don't see it though. I mean, it sees 1 by the diagonal. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the 2 in the box. Oh, wait. Where's the 2 on this diagonal then? Ah, here. Okay, wait. A second. See, we haven't limited 2 in this box yet either. 2, 5 on this diagonal. Oh, wait. 2, 5 on the diagonal means 6 and 9. Okay, that's probably what we needed. 6 here. 5, 8, 5, 7, 7, 9. Okay, so now 9 on the diagonal has to be here. And that almost finishes the 9s. 7 on the diagonal is here now. 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, 8. 4, 6, 4, 6, 8. So close. So now we know the 7 is here, which means there's a 7 over here. And that makes this a 4. 6, 7, 6, 4. 6, 4, 8, 5, 8, 4, 5. So we've just added a bunch of 6s and 4s and whatnots. Okay. Alright. Are we done with 6s? Yes, we are. And that just took away a 9. We're 9. We're 9. We're done with 9s and 6s. And 7s, we're pretty close. 1s, we've made no progress. So bizarre. That's a 1, 2, and a 5 here. 4, 5, 8. Okay. 2, 4, 2. 5, 4. 8. 4, 8. 5, 4, 5. Not 4. 1, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 4. All right. And that's a 8. And here we've got a 5. And then we're missing a 3 and a 4. Like that. And 5. And 3. Hey, all right. Okay. I still don't know if I actually should have things like Windoku and so on as here, and then have things like diagonal plus and diagonal minus for the X-Doku as parameters, rather than hiding them on a classic Sudoku. But then I don't want to just, like, clutter it up with a long list. But at the same time, you know, killer Sudoku... one other thing I would like to figure out is a better way of specifying the borders for one-up puzzles. I feel like that's kind of worthwhile doing a little bit better. So currently, basically, what this... So this is a 5x5, and this gives us a 6x6 grid of a 2-bit... So... 6x6, right? 1, 2... 1, 2... Is it one more, one less? Because basically... It says, does this cell have a boundary here and here? And of course, to get top and right boundaries on the outer edges, you need an extra cell on the outside, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, that's 6. So now I should get 6 of these. Yeah. And you can see that the bottom row, they all have bottom boundaries. The right cell have all the right boundaries, right? And the bottom right corner, and these are actually top boundaries, right? So this row at this column represents a row below and outside the rightmost. So it's simple, but it's not intuitive for somebody to type it in by hand. So I was thinking the other way of saying of representing something like this would be to represent the ranges separately by rows and columns. So that I just say, hey, you know, start and stop of ranges for each row and column, right? So I can say, so we have a 1, 5 range at the top, row 1. And then we'll have a 1, 2 range. Then we'll have a 3 through 5 range. Does that make sense, though? Because then here we're presuming to know how many ranges there are. And then you'd have to do the same thing again for the vertical ranges. The problem is here is, like, you don't know how many ranges there are in each row and column. So if I put them like this, I'd have to actually say which row and column these are for. Well, not necessarily, right? Because it's obviously 1, 5, and then... So really, I need the lengths of the ranges only. So I could just say, okay, we have a range of 5, then we have a range of 2, range of 3, another one of 3, 2, again 5, again 2, and then 3. And that'll be the horizontal ranges. And then we do the vertical. So we've got 5, then 3, 2, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. And then if we put these together, we'll have... So we need as many symbols... The problem is when it gets multi-digit, but then we can use A, B, C, and so on. We just say, okay, we'll have a symbol, and the width of the thing is, if it's 10, you know, the largest symbol is A, right? That I actually kind of like. And the only, so the only issue with this is variable length, right? So the longest would be just having 5. This would be row 1, right? And row 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the columns. So double the number of digits would be the longest that the ranges can be. But most of the time they won't be this long. Now, if I compare it to this, it's still shorter than this. The question is it more humanable? Because right now I'm kind of looking for humanable formats here. Something that somebody can type in on their phone, basically. That's kind of the idea. At least for simple puzzles. This might be the way to go. Hey guys. let's see if we can do a converter from one to the other as sort of a little helper thing. So if we go to... let's actually add something else as a convenience. Oh, wait. God, I forgot. We started with the whole URL with this part. So we wanted to preload this for the defaults. Okay. And we don't actually want that. No. Kind of want to do that. Oh, I forgot that we're in the middle of this. So, let us very quickly figure something out here. Where do we load the default data? Here. So if I do something like that, and then we'll do something like, oh my gosh, my typing is terrible. Like that. And then we'll do document.location.search. Object.from entries. I think that's how that worked. Parents. Okay, cool. All right. But we also need to have puzzle type up here. And we got to be a bit careful that we don't collide namespace-wise, right? So if I do puzzle type equals... and ideally what I would want to actually have the type switch according to this. So maybe the puzzle type shouldn't be a query string, but like, no, it's because I was thinking like, as I change this, I could actually update this up here automatically, but then it should kind of be in a hash that rather than a query string. But I guess we could do that just the same. Like it could be a JSON hash of the puzzle data. But it creates some other issues. So we don't want to send to the server because it's not server side in any way, right? I'm gonna leave that here for future reference. Because even for testing, it would be really nice if I could go straight to a specific puzzle type, right? So if I go to 1UP, it's called 1UP, right? So if I do something like this, puzzle type equals 1UP, right? And then when we are initializing the first type change, load type editor, handle types change, type L, get named in a type selector. So we have log in the type selector. Then we'll have type EL. And it's basically going by this. If I do this, we have classic Sudoku, but that's not actually the one we want. Okay, so We do want something like let QS equals new URL search params, whatever. All right, I'm gonna type it out so I learn it. Right. So then, I'm glad I'm actually doing this because this is actually going to be useful. It's actually going to make my life a little bit easier. Puzzle type. Boom. And then we want to validate that. Dot pretty printed not found. Oh. All right, we'll look at that in a second. Query string is undefined. Object dot from entries. I keep forgetting that step. Somehow feels new to me. Query string dot puzzled type. Yeah. All right, so we have a puzzle type, and we want to make sure this puzzle type actually exists. So what we could do is, if type info is null up here, so let's say if I do this and this is null, we can just default to whatever, right? So we could say load type editor ABC, and then we'll say type info undefined. Okay, so if type info defined, then type equals type. We'll actually do it the reverse. What the hell am I doing here? God, I really am tired. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So, because then we don't even need to do this. We can literally do this now. I mean, we can do this. No, what am I doing? We can just do this now. And we can do something like this. And we don't care if it exists, because it should sort itself out. Load type editor. QS puzzle type. What's going on here? Names. Wait, what? Is it because I haven't actually switched this? I think that's what the problem is. Do we want to do it here or down here? We actually probably want to do it up here. All right. So, because I think at this point we're already loaded, but why? Null reading tag name. There's something going on. Wait a second. There's something going on here. Like, this hasn't changed, but that shouldn't matter. So, puzzle import name solution not found. Puzzle type one up. Defaults one up. Puzzle rules text doesn't include a solution. Why are we looking for a solution? Why are we even looking for a solution? 42 puzzle array get editor data. Get editor data. Refresh puzzle review. Get editor puzzle. Get editor data. Type info defaults. All right, so get type info. Why is get type info? Because get type info is based on the... So it is important because get type info, okay, because it's not a global. Now I'm on board. Okay, so get type info looks at this. So we need to switch here, and then we'll just use get type info. I don't even know why I'm doing that here because it's already this. So we just need to make sure. Okay. So we'll need to do something very different here. Right. So we're gonna do this. We'll do so we'll output type here. We're kind of gonna go backwards and forwards all at the same time. We'll output this, and it'll be broken for a bit. Right. So type is one up. Type element is select. So we wanna do dot options. Dot find how do we find a particular option? How do we find a particular option? We want to look by value. So we kind of want to do this quickly. Just so we can verify this. Type element dot options. Probably not an array. Okay. So we could do a find. Find index equals type. So this should give us -1 if it's not found, or the number of the index if it is found. And if I do 1 up 2, it should be -1. Okay. So let idx equals that. Right. And if I say 0 or 1, I get 1. If I say -1 or 1, I get -1. If I get -1... Yeah, unfortunately, -1 is not a falsy value, so it's a bit annoying. If idx equals -1, idx equals 0. And then I should be able to do this. Options, idx, dot value. Right. And if I do this... Okay. And then I can do type equals this. No. Not yet. We need to map these. Dot map O dot selected. True, false, false. Or is it so this should get me something here. Okay. And if I do 1 up 2, it does this. Now this dot options dot value is what exactly? Huh? classic Sudoku. Value 1 up. Now, if I change this, if I assign it to this, what does that do? Does that change the value of the dropdown? And if I change this to 2, okay, it does. And now I should be able to do something like type equals that. And then in the end, we have type here. Type is 1 up. And if I, oops, if I change it to 1 up 2, type should end up as classic Sudoku. And now I should be able to just call this get type info. So this is actually older code that I just never updated. If I do this now, type info classic Sudoku, type info 1 up. That's all we need. And we don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. We do need this, and we do need that. And classic Sudoku. Now, if I change this, so it works. Do this, and that works. Cool. Do I? Oh yeah. Okay. Let me to do load defaults from query string. And I'll leave that in so it'll remind me tomorrow to do something more with that. Apps element. Do I need that here? Great tab. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. So now we have that. Cool. And finally, I wanted to create a function. I'm not going to add it to the editor right now, but a function to convert this to the other format. And now that I'm thinking about it, it might not be trivial. So we'll basically need a little function. If I do this, is not defined. If I do this, it blows up here. If I do that, why is this all ended? Oh, okay. All right, so I can actually do something like this and just run the code. Like this, and I press Control B and it runs. Okay, so we want to grab this. Let bits equals like that. It's actually gonna be a pain in the butt to convert that without going through some thing. How am I currently doing it? Because I think it's not a simple algorithm. Get closed ranges. That to ranges. I think that's basically the algorithm. Get ranges, I think, is basically the thing. So, yeah, it's like, it's all of this. Get to size, get ranges. Includes parse int. So if I do that to ranges bits. Is that gonna do it? Or am I missing a whole bunch of stuff? Feel like invalid array length. Is it relying on something? I feel like I miscopied something here. 144 array size. Invalid array length. Registered length. Length 1. Where are we here? Knowing all cells that can't be... Is it showing all... Wait. Oh, I keep reading that last message over and over and over. Community need to say something else. Size 4.2. Is it because it's looking at the whole thing here? That edges, ranges, edges, dot slice, size. Is it? Am I giving it the whole thing? I think I might be giving it the whole thing. So let me just temporarily give it the whole thing. It stops blowing up in my face. Let digits equal givens equals. If I add these together, the length should be correct, and it'll generate the ranges. Now, does it need this? Probably not. It's just that the algorithm for calculating the size is based on that. Half times edges. Square root half times edges length minus 1. Yeah, I'll have to reverse engineer this. So this calculates ranges from that, and then from these ranges, I should be able to do the other stuff. So now what I can do is, okay, so we can do this. Let ranges equals that. Ranges. And now we can go through the ranges and figure out if they're horizontal or vertical, right? So for constant range of ranges. So for example, if I do this, I can just get rid of that. Can I not? No. How do I get rid of this? How do I get rid of this? Third layout single. Here we go. And now if we run it, no, not this one. How did you end up there? If we run this, we get this. We don't want to output that. If I say so, there would be something about the caterpillar. Puzzle importer will be mad at me. I don't want puzzle import to change. Well, it'll be a good place to stress test also, and like it'll be a place to experiment with new technologies. So for example, if I have performance issues right now inside SudokuPad, it's very hard to isolate things. But if I want to build something separate, like, oh, let's see how many digits we can render, or what if we get rid of that thing, you know? So over time, this is going to be sort of the playground for new tech, I think, because it's separate from, you know, and anything I do there doesn't affect the puzzle solving aspect. So here we basically converted the ranges into index arrays. But that's not really convenient to type in because people don't think in index numbers. So I could now look at these, calculate, figure out if they're horizontal or vertical. So if the difference between the first two is so we can say range 1 minus range 0 if that's 1, then it's horizontal. I don't know where I'm putting this. Else it's vertical. Something like this, right? So horizontal, vertical, 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 horizontal. So this is horizontal across the top. So we want to separate these so we can do them in order. Right. So we want to do all the horizontal ones first, and then we'll do all the verticals completely separately. Actually, we can do them at the same time, right? So all we need is the horizontal ranges and the vertical ranges. So we have let h equals that, and v equals that, right? And then we'll do, and then we just care about the lengths. The only thing is they need to be in order. Now they seem to be in order here, but I don't know if that's a guarantee. We might have to sort them, right? But I think it'll be enough to sort them by the first digit, by the first index, right? So now that we know they're either horizontal or vertical, we know that we can do dot push range dot length or v dot push range dot length. And that basically gives us what I've figured out that we kind of could use, right? Now, I don't know if this is properly a better way of kind of representing these ranges as something that a human would type in. And like, if we're assuming they're all single digits, as, yeah, single symbols, right? Now, yeah, I guess that would be the conversion in this direction. Did I paste something here? So, what's easier to understand, this or this? I mean, this is definitely easier to type in. And can we go the other way around? I mean, going from there to here is actually relatively easy, right? So let HV equals this. Boom. So HV is our horizontal vertical range string. And then we'll do something like HV to ranges. It'll actually be a lot less complicated than this thing. Because at least each of these numbers represents a range, right? And in fact, all we have to do is... but... Yeah. Okay, so we can start from the front. All right, so we'll do something like this. For r of that dot split. So, right? So each of these r's is a range, starting at the top left, right? So let idx equals 0, right? So we'll have this, a range of 5 at idx whatever. Then we'll do idx plus r plus equals r plus equals right. And we should hit 25. Okay. And then we're moving to the horizontal ones, right? And we basically, for each of these, will do something like array r boop dot map idx plus I, something like that. Is that not what I was doing here? Array dot 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 map array dot 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 map, no new. Why am I not getting R is 5? Yep. Okay. Ugh, jeez. Okay. We've got to numberify the R, unfortunately. Alright, so that's... The first thing is this range. The second thing is this range. Then we have the 7, 8, 9. Okay. So we'll do something like this. Ranges 2 dot push this. Right. And then and here we'll we'll do let ren equals let ren. Then we'll do if IDX is smaller or equal to 25. We'll do something. Ren equals ren. Else we'll do if IDX. We'll do something like this. We're in horizontal mode, and then here we're going to vertical mode. So we'll get to here, and then in vertical mode, we'll basically subtract 25 before we add the I. So the first vertical is 5, 6, 7. What is the first vertical here? 0, 5. First vertical is 5, 6, 7. If IDX is smaller than 25. First vertical is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, except now we need to add I times 5. Right, so 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Does that make sense? Yeah. Then 5, 10, 15. Oh, no. So the next vertical starts at 1. Yes. Wait. We're going... okay. I have to recalculate the thing because you're going down the columns. So let's say if you're 3 down the columns, your index is a weird number. Your next starting index, but you're actually... So, okay. But it'll work. I'll just have to figure it out. And it'll actually be simpler than the other thing. Alright, that's all I really want to figure out. This will... it's not super satisfying, especially since I've been working off-screen for half the time here, unfortunately. Sorry about that. But it works for the horizontal ranges. So all the horizontal ranges match. And then the vertical ranges, I just have to transpose things, right? In fact, it might be easier to literally transpose the whole thing. And then redo the vertical ranges. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna... I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that pushed things off screen. I forget that. Sorry about that. I'm going to comment this out. Keep this in mind for the future, and hopefully this still works now. Okay. Whew. And yeah. And that's what one of these puzzles will look like. And how do we solve it? That's a 3, 2, 1. 1, 2. 5. 2, 1, 2. 3, 2. 1, 2. 3, 1. So we've got a 3 here. 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, 3 here, 5 here, and 4 here. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. I think I'm going to call it a day here. My brain is not braining, and it's late, and I got to get ready for dinner. Thanks a lot for hanging out. We checked a few items off. We didn't really do a lot of stuff on the UI, but I like that I added the functionality, because that's something I wasn't sure like how that would look and how that would work. And I think the important thing here is not the specific puzzles right now, because, you know, there's an infinite amount of those to add. The important thing is the framework, that it's really strong and flexible and modular and all that. Thanks for hanging out, Calmelian. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, Lima. Thanks for having me on the background, Mark. Appreciate it. And yeah, we'll get back to these items in a future stream. In the meantime, take care. Have a good rest of your weekend, and bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out.